1 2 1 2 1 2.
1 2 1 2.
I can't hear myself so well. Now I can hear myself. You're serious. You're ready to play.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Welcome to the broadcast. Jason Miller along with Stetson Milligan. Stetson has a huge match here tonight. The Cienega Bobcats 8-1-1. The Sunnyside Blue Devils, the number 2 team in the state of Arizona in 5A, 11-5-1 under their great coach Casey O'Brien. And the Cats have a great coach in Mark Aros. What are we expecting here tonight?
Oh, you expect a lot of goals. I feel like both teams are doing well right now. Sunnyside coming off a loss, but before that, they've been playing very well, and Cienega playing very well as well. And yeah, you can expect to see a lot of action in both 18-yard boxes.
Well, like you can tell, just looking in the pregame warm-ups, Casey O'Brien was all serious, and I just barely said hi to him. Didn't want to interrupt his pregame preparation whatsoever. Started for tonight, the Bobcats of Cienega. David Garcia, number 1, the senior, is in goal. Andrew Borchers, number 4, the sophomore, is out there. Enrique Moro on that right wing at midfield, the senior, number 7. Matthew Rodriguez, number 9, is in there defensively, the junior. Josh Flanagan, the big-time goal scorer, number 10, up top for the Cats, the senior. Nathaniel Scales, number 14, senior defender. Number 15, Arturo Llamas, is at midfield. He's a senior. Aaron Hernandez, number 17, at midfield, a senior. Nico Montoya, number 22, defender, senior. And Avon Akins wearing number 13 tonight. So normally he's 26. Avon Akins, who is a sophomore, is number 13. And J-Lo, Jacob Lopez, number 24 tonight, usually 21, but he's up top at striker. And for Sunnyside, starting for tonight, their keeper is number 0, Jorge Arvayo. They also have number 3, Eru Mason, who is a senior. Sebastian Barrios, the sophomore, number 4 at defense. Number 6, Juan Felix, senior at midfield. Number 9, Johan Jimenez, the freshman at defense. Number 12, Jairo Verdugo, a junior at midfield. Number 14, Roberto Arbayo, a junior at midfield. Number 17, Joe Duran, junior midfielder. Number 20, Hansel Urias, is a junior defender. Number 22, a freshman to watch out for, Stetson, Fernando Hernandez, 5 goals, 12 assists on the season, just a freshman, number 22. And Eddie Loya, number 35, the midfielder, a junior, started for tonight. And we expect high-level soccer, high-level football here, played at the highest level, very technical. These teams are both well coached. These players, of course, experienced. I'm sure on the club circuit you're familiar with many of these players who are out on the pitch right now, Stetson.
Yeah, even the Blue Devils, they might be young, but they don't show it at all. Their style of play is some of the top in Arizona, and you'll see that tonight. Simply watching them right now, they play through the midfield a lot, and they knock the ball around a lot. And so they might be young, but they're definitely a dangerous team.
We know Casey O'Brien, I think in year 5, and I might be off on that, and I should know this, and certainly a state title to his ledger as well, I think 2 years, maybe 3 years ago. The COVID effect is hazy on me too,
yeah.
Stetson, so I kind of lose track of dates and times here a little bit. So there's a chance, and David Garcia is ready to punt here. So the senior, number 1, who played so well, I was able to watch most of that match on Friday night. So the Cats are rolling. They lost their first match of the season. Was it 4-0 to Sal Point?
Yeah, away.
At Sal Point. Yeah. And then they drew with Mountain View. I think that was a 2-2 result. And then beyond that, they've ratcheted off 8 straight victories. So 8-1-1 on the season. Sunnyside 11-5-1. You referenced Sal Point, which, the intelligence that I got about that match was there were some structural or formational changes from Sunnyside, and it led to that awful result from their end, 6-0.
Yeah.
We know Wolfgang Weber and South Point Catholic, they just reload every year. So they're defending state champions, and they're always seem to be in that playoff picture come mid-February.
Yeah, it's always Cienega, Sunnyside, and South Point as the top dogs in Tucson. And so anytime these two teams get together, it's always pulls a good crowd in, and it's always an exciting match. A few years ago, Cienega played them in state in semifinals, and they lost. But, anytime these two teams get together, it's going to be a good matchup.
I remember that match. I was there. I was present. It was at Sunnyside. Alec Rodriguez is the big player that I remember from that squad. Yeah. I think he was 16, but my numbers might be off on that too.
Center back?
He was like their kind of like their striker, up top. Big physical kiddo who often would play with his back to the defense and was able to possess and could pretty much do everything he wanted to.
Yeah.
He's playing at some school in Texas. I don't know. Steve Schween knows.
Yeah.
Like he knows for sure. But I forget the school that he's playing at. But that was a good team, and they just ran against a buzzsaw. That was a Sunnyside Blue Devil team that ended up winning the state championship that year.
Yeah.
Any thoughts here early?
No, both teams are just looking to settle in. Sunnyside, of course, has more of the possession. Like I said, they're going to be more possession-based, and they're going to try and play through the midfield. But there's been no opportunities. Both teams are being very careful with their pressure, and it's just connecting passes and settling in for both teams. It's a bit chilly tonight, so it might take a little bit to warm up.
It's a bit chilly. I'm surprised you didn't have the puffer. I mean, you've got the camouflage Field and Stream jacket, which I love, and that Phillies hat, that old school Philadelphia Phillies hat, which I doubly love. But I'm just a little surprised. Like, I have 2 gloves. they're both left-handed, so I'm putting my left-handed glove on my right hand and the left on my left hand. And it's like, whatever. I'm leaving my puffer for my son. He forgot his jacket tonight, so he probably will say he's not cold. But
Yeah,
I'm like, listen, if you get cold, put that puffer jacket on. And then your girlfriend brought her heater, right? So she got a mobile heater here today. Or
She's
your friend,
got the puffer on.
I don't want to presume anything here. I got in trouble last time, so I gave like wrong information. But she got that space heater out here, and that's working like a charm, I think, too. Nice and toasty. Good stuff. The Bobcats are in black, so black jerseys, black shorts, black socks going from left to right. And the Blue Devils, the Sunnyside, are all in white. White jerseys, white shorts, white socks. And there's Jacob Lopez, a quick touch to Josh Flanagan. And then trying to put that needling pass or thread it up through the middle toward Jacob Lopez. Again, Lopez 24 tonight, a couple of jersey switches. The boys wanted to wear black. They were emphatic about that. Mark Gross kind of rolled his eyes when I talked to him pre-match. He's like, they wanted to wear black. And he's like, we don't have enough jerseys. So we had to switch some jerseys around, and they're trying to figure that out. Promising opportunity there, and a good clearance by the Cat defender back there, Nathaniel Scales. So solid defensively as 14 for Cienega.
Yeah, exciting to see Nathaniel Scales back. Unfortunate that he got to miss senior night, but yeah, he's back. A good tackle right there. Looks like he didn't even miss a match, so it's good to have him back in the back line.
I went to Saguaro. I know I mentioned this a couple minutes ago, but I went to Saguaro on Friday night. So the boys beat Buena 5-0 on Thursday. And then on Friday, they went to Saguaro, and they won 3-0. 2 goals by Josh Flanagan, 1 by Jacob Lopez. So I saw the second half of the match, and I was behind the bench as an air quotes assistant coach. Mark Orris is like, assistant coach. He's like, come on back here. I was like, yeah, like a kid in a candy store, Stetson. Like, just listening to all the jib-jab on the bench there. Again, some solid work defensively by Nathaniel Scales. So poised and cool back there on that back line, which you have to be. You got to be cool under pressure. But I just love the personalities across that bench. The boys were having a great time. It was a great way for me to kick off the weekend on a Friday night. And there are a lot of really colorful characters on that bench, and they seem to be really close together as a team, which is just kind of beautiful to see.
Yeah, that's one of the things you've seen about Cienega. They've grown very tight. This team is much different than other teams in the past. As they win more games, they just become more tighter, and you can see throughout campus they started to wear masks just so that they can still have the chance to play, and they're doing things so that they can have the chance to play and win. This team is becoming like a family, and you can see that just in and around the pitch.
Good stuff. It's really nice. Really, really nice to see. So, again, like both teams feeling each other out. I compare it often to a boxing match where you have a couple of fighters and they might throw some jabs, but they're not going for broke yet, right? But we'll start to see things open up, I'm sure. And again, the precision that we're looking at here is the highest level. So the passes are crisp, no margin for error. And then you see Scales there defensively again with a nice clearance there. Easy breezy for number 14, the senior Nathaniel Scales.
I can't believe I'm just noticing this now, but there's only 2 officials on the field.
Correct. And that's a concern for me too, Stetson.
Yeah. In a big match like that, unlike this, I'm surprised that this is happening.
You would even think that, you know, at 4 o'clock when they were doing the JV game, hey, we're missing a third official. Get on the phone and make a phone call. Get somebody out here.
Yeah.
A match of this magnitude, you want to have 3 officials, a center ref, and 2 assistants on the side. Not 2 assistants trying to cover the entire landscape here.
Yeah, this is just very
unorthodox.
Yeah, not professional at all, but you're going to have to do what you're going to have to do, and hopefully there's no tight calls because they're ways away from everything. So
but even before we start, you know, the officials always have a bit of a target on their backs to begin with. They're never popular with the fans. If you make a call that's wrong against your team, and then forget about it. But they're going to be under more scrutiny tonight, no doubt about it. And the Cats are missing some players here too, Stetson. So Ethan Brown, the starter on defense, number 6, he's out. He's out sick. So I want to put our best wishes out there to Ethan Brown. Great student athlete. Here's a chance here. Flanagan had it momentarily, and you saw that cleared very nicely by Sebastian Barrios, number 4, the sophomore defender from Sunnyside. But also Dylan Brown, number 21, is out. Jacob Westbury, number 19, is out. I think Westbury's just coming back from COVID. Those are the changes here tonight. So a couple of players who normally would be out there are not out there tonight.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. COVID's really getting around right now. New variant. A lot of athletes are suffering from this, not just because they have COVID and they can come back right away. They have to get over COVID and then go an extra week making sure they have no extra symptoms or prolonging symptoms.
And those symptoms, I can tell you from experience, they can linger here. Oh, a difficult here, threading way through traffic very nicely. Fernando Hernandez, that dazzling freshman. Oh, and a great job defensively to save that one. So that defensive player from Cienega, Avon Aikens, number 13, who's usually 26. But boy, you saw everything there on display. Fernando Hernandez, number 22, is a scintillating freshman. Again, 5 goals and 12 assists. You saw his dizzying array of moves right there momentarily. Like, he is a player to watch out for Sunnyside.
Yeah, definitely. Through the midfield, just dribbling, making everyone miss, and then getting the ball to his striker, and unfortunate not to score there, but the freshman, Avon Aikens, for Cienega, every game I've come to, he's just been improving and makes a huge tackle there to keep Cienega 0-0 with Sunnyside.
We'll have to figure out here. There is a player, I checked with Casey O'Brien earlier today, and I was like, hey, is your roster accurate on max reps? Yes. Well, there's a number 5 out there who I don't have on my roster, so I'm going to try to figure out who number 5 is because he was in a promising position moments ago. Another good clearance there. Nathaniel Scales. And the Cats is trying to, they don't have the time, and I can contrast this, right, with Saguaro, hapless Saguaro, who's 0-7, I believe. So it's an unfair comparison to make, but Sunnyside is very tight defensively here. Really difficult for Cienega to connect on a string of passes.
Yeah. Yeah, Saguaro's not a very great matchup, but they're not just tight on the defensive end of things, they're tight on the offensive end of things. Just by the way they move, you can tell they all move together as a unit, and yeah, throughout the game, I'm curious to see how Cienega holds up, or how their tactics change. Excuse me, throughout the match.
Yeah, it's interesting, but you're right. They are all on the same page. Sunnyside, they're moving together, kind of in unison. Here's a nice service here toward the box, and a good job by David Garcia to snare that one from the sky. Garcia, really impressive as a goalkeeper. So is J.C. Velasco. So both senior keepers from Cienega are impressive to me. And Garcia made a couple of nice saves in the second half at Saguaro. And you've got Enrique Muro going against Fernando Hernandez. So you got a senior there going against a freshman. So much at stake. You know, I think this match is bigger for Cienega. Let's be honest here.
Yeah.
Sunnyside's ranked number 2 right now. The Cats are ranked number 10, despite being 8-1-1. So if the Cats were to win tonight against Sunnyside, it would be huge for their PowerPoint seedings and rankings and their playoff projections. You know, I don't think you really are penalized if you lose to a quality team like Sunnyside either necessarily. But you always get punished if you lose or draw to a lesser team.
Yeah. There's a lot on the line, like you said. Not just for this season's stake, but Cienega hasn't beat the Blue Devils in years, and so obviously they're looking to win for that reason. But if they win tonight, that helps them a lot in playoff standings. Like their ranking, a lot of years Cienega boys soccer, they have a good season, but they do lose to a few teams they shouldn't, and then in playoffs they go against a bit higher seeded teams to begin with, and then they get out sooner. So looking to see if they could get the win here tonight, that would be huge for their power ranking.
A smoother sailing path, right? If you collect those wins during the regular season, you're rewarded with a higher seed. The higher seeded teams play the lower seeded teams. The lower seeded teams are usually lesser squads. So the path of least resistance is kind of what you're trying to get. And you're right, Cienega's had some difficult steep climbs, being a 16 or a 15 or a 14 or a 12 seed.
Yeah.
And eventually you're going to face those 1, 2, 3, 4 teams and earlier in the bracket than if you were a higher seed. All right, so we're in minute number 14 of action here. Scoreless. Sunnyside had a very promising chance. Their freshman, Fernando Hernandez, was making things happen. So I'm keeping a close eye on 22 from Sunnyside.
Yeah, Cienega's sitting in a bit, just being okay with defending right now, and they're probably going to play off the counterattack, but Sunnyside has had most of the possession and is looking to not force it. They're looking to play around and find the right opportunity to go forward and try and get an opportunity.
And nothing different in terms of formation from Cienega that you see here. Is that right?
Yeah, all the same, a 4-3-3, just sitting in. And, yeah, that's what you're going to have to do when you don't have as much possession. You're going to be forced to defend more and drop more back.
Fernando Hernandez to Eru Mason. Back to Fernando Hernandez. Left-footed strike by Eddie Loya. Broken up by Cienega's Andrew Borchers. Here's a strike from distance. Promising. Excellent job there by David Garcia. That was from about 40 yards out. Not sure if that was a service into the box for a header or a shot on goal, but Garcia either way snaring that one.
Yeah, Dave Garcia does well there, just coming out and getting the ball and making it known that it's his. But, yeah, when he gets a chance like that to play, I'm looking to see him play to Nico or Nathaniel, because when he does get a – here's Avon. Yeah, but when he does get a chance like that, he gives it right back to the Blue Devils, and now they have to sit back in and defend. So when we do get the ball, I'm looking to see him play and try and keep it for Cienega.
Just keep connecting, keep stringing together those short passes, right? You have to be a little patient, I'm sure, because I'm sure you want to move all the way up the field in a couple of quick leaps and jumps, but you got to just ping, 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 connect.
Yeah, exactly.
And thread your way forward methodically. Oh, great defense there. Very smooth by Scales again. Oh, there's a nice ball. Here's Jacob Lopez. The right foot by Lopez, and it's wide. Oof.
Should have done better, and he knows it.
He's got to shake it off, and reload. Cats with some early substitutions here.
Yeah, from my point of view, that looked a bit offsides, but the referee.
How could they be in position possibly? How would they know?
Yeah, but Jacob, he knows he should have done better, and just kind of scratching his head after, like, oh. If they do go down to lose this game, he'll be thinking back to that moment right there and wishing he had a second chance at that one.
Well, I see that 23, Armando Lang, has subbed in. And I saw him pre-match, and he was like, I'm ready to go. I was like, okay, that's what I like to hear. He's a wild card. You never know what he's going to say. No filter. Whatever's on his mind, it's coming out of the mouth. So, and that's part of the charm of Armando, right?
Yeah.
He brings a lot of energy up there up top. And I'm sure he's got a nonstop motor, but he also has a nonstop verbalization going on too. So I bet he's yip-yapping out there to his defenders that are trying to defend against him, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And sometimes playfully and sometimes seriously. Oh, good little touch there by Aaron Hernandez. Good idea. Arturo Llamas trying to connect with him. There's another sub from the Cats, and I think is that 18 or 16? 16 would be Braden Montez. So Braden Montez, 16 out there at that left defensive position for the Cats. And here's Aaron Hernandez now, passing off to Avon Akins. Well, you got to keep the ball at your feet. If it strays too far away, you're going to lose it, right? And that goes for both teams. The competition is too stiff here in both directions.
Yeah, you see Avon switching from left back position to a right winger, which happens in most games. Marqueros makes that change. Throws the defense off a little bit. Avon's definitely dangerous at both positions, and yeah, unable to keep the ball and now defending again. But make sure to pay attention to Avon Akins on the right-hand side.
So number 5, we'll identify that player at halftime. I will make it my point to beeline over across the way. Who's number 5? Because I missed that one. So sorry about that, but we'll get that name for you at halftime. So we're in minute number 19 of action here. A service to 5. 5 running onto it here with the left foot. A shot on goal and a save for David Garcia. Also a good job to keep it in the field of play for a goal kick, not to trickle out for a corner kick.
Yeah, see right here in this instance, I'm looking for him to play to Nico. You kick the ball, and now you're right there. You get the ball back, but you're playing it right to Sunnyside, and at some point that will affect you because your team is going to get tired. Your team's going to get a little bit sloppy at times. So there's times to get yourself out of pressure, but there's also times to connect.
I was going to say fatigue, right? Like if you're not possessing the ball, you're trying to chase after it. If you're possessing, you can kind of control and settle and slow things down a little bit to get a little bit of a rest.
Yeah.
So I thought energy and fatigue would be a factor. All right, Fernando Hernandez, the freshman, superstar freshman, number 22, tying that right shoelace.
You'll be able to tell when a freshman has respect when he's taking a free kick like this.
Nice service there. There was a Blue Devil there who tried to get a head on it. It went right past him, but it was well served, well placed. Rubio Mason, the senior, number 3, was close to it, but a good serve there by Fernando Hernandez. Is that what you want to see? I mean, sometimes we saw it kind of tailing or slicing out toward near side to far side.
Yeah. Yeah, it's what you want to see as a well-placed ball. But there's plenty of seniors on Sunnyside, and you know when a freshman is taking a free kick that he has some type of talent because he's going ahead of seniors and taking that ownership and doing that. So exciting to see what he can do during this match.
This is a big deal. It says a lot, right, about the faith his coach has in him, as well as the respect he has from his teammates, as well as his skills.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a good challenge there by Cienega's Avon Akins. A bit of a nasty spill there by Roberto Arbayo. And then also the freshman Liam Odell, number 20, has subbed in for Cienega. Again, I always think about you. I know you have maybe similar shades of hair, and you know you were a star freshman. He's a star freshman too. The similarities might end, and you both went to Cienega. I think the similarities might end there.
Yeah.
But Liam Odell's up there to put some offensive firepower into the mix here for Cienega. Not sure what the call was there.
I think it was a push on Armando. I'm not sure which referee called it. They're both a bit far from the ball, but yeah, Armando gave the Sunnyside defender a little shove in the back and did get caught with it.
Now, Armando had a tryout last week. Did you hear anything about this? He was at Keynote Sports Park, I
yeah,
think, on
FC
Friday.
Tucson.
FC Tucson.
Pro
Their
team.
pro team. So he's playing against men mostly.
Yeah.
That's what he said. He's like, they're a bunch of men. He's like, it wasn't unexpected, but he rolled with it. And I'm sure that he did a solid job out there. I think he's with the first or the second team in those groups. So, you know, his skill set put him into that level. I'm sure his conditioning is better than a lot of the maybe older players, right? He might be a little bit of out of shape. That's possible. But probably good experience for him, and a multicultural experience. He talked about international players from different countries and players with different accents that were interesting to him. That he was doing some good impersonations, throwing some British slang out there.
Yeah, when you go to a pro team like that or tryout, you're definitely going to get a mix of cultures. You see a lot of internationals come to America to try and get a chance because they couldn't make it in overseas where they played at. So you definitely get a good look at people from all around the country when you go to a pro team tryout or a pro team in general.
Just good experience for the future, right? Whatever you go through, you've gone through something challenge. It takes guts, right? It takes guts to get out there and courage to try out. And especially when you're competing against adults, it has to be even more daunting. But props to him and kudos to him for doing that. All right, so we're in minute number 23, and we're still scoreless here. I'd say Sunnyside has had better possessions, better chances. Cienega has been more defensive here in the first half. Do you agree with that assessment?
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Sunnyside's been playing possession-based this whole half, and they've had 2 good chances. Cienega's been on the defensive end mostly. Staying tucked in, Nathaniel's been playing well.
Uh-oh, defender fell down there. Here's a chance, and we have a whistle. What's the whistle for here? Wow, that's curious.
I'm not sure which referee's calling that.
Was it a push? Nick Irvin's shaking his head yes. He says there was a push.
If
so
it's the referee on the 50, you're 50 yards away from the foul. I'm not sure how you can call that, but
maybe she has supervision.
Yeah.
Like Superman has X-ray vision. Maybe she's got long distance, like telephoto lenses.
I can't believe that.
Wow, that was interesting. So a break for Cienega. I'm not complaining, but it's an observation that I'm making here. It was just a puzzling call, again, from distance. Now, if you were out there officiating, you'd be trotting up and down the field, I'm sure.
Yeah, you'd have to be keeping up with the ball at least a bit closer to it, not 50 yards away. That's for sure.
Chilly Tuesday night, the 25th of January, and a 5A Southern Region game here, and just plays huge. It plays huge for the region. It plays huge for the 5A state playoff seedings. It plays huge for bragging rights and local respect and admiration from your peers and your rival schools and rival club programs. All those things are factoring in here tonight.
Yeah, Cienega does go on to win this game. You'll definitely be hearing about it tomorrow at school. It's
oh yes, I'll put an announcement in, Stetson. You better 100%. You better believe it. So Fernando Hernandez looks like he's having some lacing issues. I tell him to double or maybe triple knot those shoes so you don't have to tie them again. So he is chatting there with Arturo Yamas. Not sure what that conversation is about. I'm sure it's interesting. Here's a corner kick for the Cats into the box. And coming off of his line, Jorge Arvayo to snare that one for Sunnyside. Cienega's first corner. And again, not much possession in Sunnyside's half of the field, and especially their defensive third. Very little action thus far for the Cats.
I'm looking to see a little bit more press from Cienega. When Sunnyside has it in their own half, I'm looking to see Cienega press a bit more to try and win the ball and get at them when they're on their own half. We're stepping when here's a chance.
Roberto Arbayo took that one away. Good job defensively to challenge that. Arbayo trying to cross it. And now finally here, cleared. But so difficult just to clear that here. And you still see Sunnyside tenaciously trying to win that ball back. And they've repossessed it here at the Bobcat 30. And now playing it back patiently. Just seems like there's a lot of turbulence. There's a lot of stress here on those Cats, and I'm sure a little bit of jitters, knowing the magnitude of the game, how big this is for them tonight.
You can tell they're not trying to take too many chances, just being very methodical with what they do. You definitely don't want to do the wrong thing on this kind of night. It's a big match, not just for their futures with this season, but yeah, in general. Seeing Aaron Hernandez come back on the field.
See, I didn't even notice that Aaron subbed out, so just to get a breather maybe. And maybe talking some strategy with Coach Mark Aros, assistant coach Aaron Aros.
Looking to see for Josh Flanagan to get more involved too. He's had a few touches, but definitely not enough.
Agreed. You want your star to get touches, right? Feed in the ball and let him work out there and do what he does. Here's a chance from distance. Garcia had it, lost it momentarily. Now it's cleared. Good job defensively by Aaron Hernandez. So dropping all the way back there in that defensive position to take care of some business and do a little bit of house cleaning. What was the buzz like on campus? I was largely sequestered in the back of 742 in the studio today. What were the kids chattering about? Did you see some of the players and get some of their feelings and vibes going into this match tonight?
Yeah, definitely talked to a few guys out there, and it was mostly, yeah, we know tonight's going to be a big match. Can go either way. But they know that they're going to come out with all their energy and do what they can, and that was mostly all the energy. It was very positive and very confident, but definitely giving Sunnyside its credit where it's due.
Yeah, they deserve that. Their reputation precedes them. There's no doubt about it. And that's off of Scales, and this should be a corner kick for Sunnyside. So I believe corner number 3 for them?
Yes, 3.
I should really keep track of these
2,
things.
I think.
All right, so we'll say 2. Cienega has 1 corner. I've got 2 left gloves on, which is difficult.
It's got to be uncomfortable, no?
It's just annoying. I'm mad at myself. I've got I think I bought a 6-pack of gloves from Walmart back in the fall, thinking about football and my kids running cameras and having cold paws. And I'm like, here, guys, take gloves. Nobody took them, of course. So then we go out to another game, and I'm like, oh, it's going to be cold tonight. No, there wasn't one cold football game this season. Dangerous here. There's a header that goes over the crossbar, and it was off of David Lopez, the senior striker, number 8. But a good chance there for Sunnyside. They've been knocking and making some noise on the threshold of the goal, but nothing in yet as we approach minute number 30.
They've had good chances. 10 minutes left in the first half. If you're Sunnyside, you're definitely trying to get one in before the half. You've done all the right things in your trying to get a well-deserved goal. But if you're Cienega, you know you're getting lucky. You know the ball's going your way today. So just like Sunnyside, I would say push up as well. Or if it's calling off sides here, I'm not sure.
No, I have nothing. I was going to say something, but I was just puzzled, so sometimes it's better not to say anything at all. So minute number 30 here on a brisk night. It's a brisk Tuesday. It's not freezing again. Like, I'm thankful for that. We've been out here with howling winds, and it's just miserable. This is nice. It just feels like a fall, October kind of weather. Feels like a playoff match, too. There's an attempt at a shot there from outside by Jason Hull from Cienega. So from distance.
Yeah, you see Cienega's strength coach out here, Steve Schween.
Where is he? I didn't see him earlier.
He's wearing shorts. I don't know if you could see him way over there.
I see him
in
across
a little
the way.
beanie, but
yep, around the 10. Might be Dean Norse over there too.
Yeah, it looks like him.
That's just from a distance, right?
Yeah, it definitely does look like him. I might have to go say what's up to them.
I think that is Dean Norse. So
yeah,
Dean
you
Norse
can tell, hand in
Schween.
the pocket, pointing. He's.
You know his mannerisms, body language.
Yeah,
right?
he's definitely seen the Sunnyside team.
He's the principal at Acacia?
Rincon Vista.
Rincon Vista, thank you.
Yeah.
Rincon Vista, the Roadrunners of Rincon Vista. Former assistant principal for Cienega as well in the 300 house.
Definitely, yeah, Sunnyside gives us nightmares his last year coaching here. They got the best of us 3 times in one season, so definitely had to come out and watch this match.
Nice. One of the he had some success as the head coach for the boys program. That team that you mentioned that fell to Sunnyside in the playoffs, the state playoffs. I think it was 3 years, maybe 4 years ago. But again, a big part of the program here, you know, of trying to instill football or soccer as a sport in Southern Arizona, in Vail in particular. So you can't forget Dean Norse and his contributions to the program over the years as well. He did have success, there's no doubt about it. That's nice nifty footwork there by Aaron Hernandez. There's the needle through the middle. And the shot! And a great save. Follow up off the post. Follow up off the crossbar. Lang, ring, clang. And a left foot by Hernandez. It was so close. Armando Lang with 2 chances. One off the left post, one off the crossbar.
It's unbelievable.
And a great save by Jorge Arvayo. That can't be forgotten.
Armando, 2 great, absolute fantastic chances. And the post just says no.
Cling, clang.
It's just kind of something you laugh at. You don't see that very often.
And it's got to be demoralizing for Cienega too, right? And Armando's got to like ratchet it back up again, reload, get the energy, get the psychology back in here, and just get ready to go. You got to keep working. So a couple of unlucky shots there, but a great save by Jorge Arvayo, the junior goalkeeper. He started that whole sequence, and it was an unfortunate series of events for Cienega. With Lang on the rebound, clanging left post, and then following up his own shot off the left post, clang off the crossbar. Cling, clang. It's like ding-dong ditch. Like, is somebody out there on the door? Yes, but we're not going to let them in, says the goal.
Logan did well there on the first chance, and then Armando was in the right place at the right time, and he had 2 good chances and just was unable to finish. But that would have been huge for Cienega.
Of course. Eddie Loya, junior midfielder, now back to Fernando Hernandez. Hernandez, the threading pass up the middle. Cats here looking to mount a counterattack. A little bit of jostling there, and that's easy to see even for the official across the way from 50 yards away. You can still see that.
Yeah, and it might be early to say this, but with the way the game's going and the way we thought the game would go, it's really tight. I wouldn't be surprised to be out in the cold a bit longer tonight, see overtime.
It's possible.
Because both teams are playing very well and very compact, and would not be surprised to see a 1-1, 0-0 game.
Well, that official was well positioned for that call. He was right where he was supposed
to
be.
About time.
So 1 out of 10, maybe, you're going to be at the right. It's like a clock that's right twice a day, a broken clock, right?
Yeah.
So All right, I'm gonna ratchet down the criticism. It's not fair. There are only 2 officials out there. But note to AIA, have an emergency standby on call for big matches, and you should be able to get there in 2 hours. And these guys should have been on the phone making phone calls.
Yeah.
You know, let the athletic director know or the assistant athletic director know, and they'll make some phone calls and get a 3rd ref out here.
Yeah, I'd get it if it was a. I mean, it is a regular season game, but this is a huge matchup for both
Yes.
teams. It can affect the way their season goes. So
Yep, for sure. The officials, by the way, they do have names. So that's Wendell Babb across the way and Cheryl Copeland near side. So I did talk to them pre-match, wished them the best of luck, and I said, boy, it's a lot of space to cover out there. That was the implied message, was like, you guys have a lot of distance. And, oh, by the way, it's a big match, a lot of pressure. So do your best. Good luck tonight.
yeah, I wonder what it's like to referee a big match like that. You know, going into the game, you're either going to call it tight or you're going to call it a bit with more freedom. So you definitely don't want to be. You're hated to begin with, but you don't want to be
Well,
the worst enemy.
Can we say intensely disliked?
Yeah,
which is close to
disliked.
hated, I guess.
If you go across the way to Europe, the referees, the people wearing yellow, are definitely closer to hated. Even
the
within
best. Even the best officials.
Yeah.
Oh, good pressure here. Oh, and it's off the side. It was deceptive. That was 25. So there's another player that I do not have on my roster. So I've got 25 and number 5, who are both mysteries to me. And like Nancy Drew and the Hardy Boys, I will go over and solve that riddle at halftime. I will find out who is 25, who is number 5. Anybody else need to know? And I'll report back so we can call these kiddos by their proper names. They're playing great. 5 has been very active up top for Sunnyside, and 25 there with a promising look. But that freshman from Sunnyside, number 22, Fernando Hernandez, just carries himself very coolly. I'm watching a lot of his, movements, even off the ball, to see how he carries himself. Very poised, very professional, very confident. And there he is with the ball at his feet. Dangerous lurking here. Nifty little stutter step. And then the quick drop-off pass. And now here's the guy we want to see. Josh Flanagan, number 10, with the ball at his feet. Weaving his way through traffic and trying to connect with Armando Lang.
Yeah, Josh's 3rd, 4th touch of the game. He needs a little bit more help. Armando's there, but the left winger is non-existent. We need a little bit of help from it.
Yeah, surprising. And usually Enrique Muro would be out there on that left wing, number 7. I don't even see Enrique on the field right now.
Yeah, okay, that's my fault. I think Josh is playing left wing and Armando's playing the 9. But even then, Avon needs to get in it and get involved to give him a little bit more assistance.
Mm-hmm. So we're minute number 38. Here's a shot from distance. And hustling off is David Garcia to snare that one while it's in the goal box. So he can blast this one off with a punt. Boom one off here with some hang time and distance. Well, the hang time's there. He might get distance on the bounce. That's across midfield. A lot of jostling here. Aaron Hernandez, nice little header here, trying to set himself up. But again, we've seen this so often. Sunnyside's there. Somebody's waiting defensively. Very disciplined, I would say here, the Blue Devils. The entire spectrum, offense and defense and midfield. An excellent play by their keeper, Jorge Arvayo, with one great save in the first half.
Yeah, for either teams, you're just trying to get to the half with a 0-0 game. You're not trying to do too much. Both teams have played well. I guess it's fair to be 0-0 right now. Both teams have been very compact on the defensive end, and they both had good chances. Neither team has finished them, but the second 40 minutes is going to be something to look forward to.
Absolutely. I think Sunnyside's had maybe a few more chances that were promising for them. It's going to get less chances, but boy, there were great opportunities. Cling clang off the post, off the crossbar. You can't get closer than that. But you're right, very even here. And, you know, I'm going to be a fly on the wall for a little bit. I think we should go down there and say hi to Coach Schween and Coach Norris. And it
Yeah.
looks like Aaron Aros is probably talking there with Coach Norris. Say hi, and I'll fly over and I'll talk to Yaxiri Ortiz, who is the statistician from Sunnyside, who I got name pronunciations for pre-match. I'll find my information out. We'll go say hi to those cats across the way. But what a great first half of action this was. So no more commentary for now. We'll take a 10-minute break, folks. Set your watches at home. We'll be back in 10 for the second half of this epic football match between Sunnyside and Cienega right here on Bobcat TV. All right, second half of action. Just underway. Slightly out of breath from running. Never run when you have to broadcast. You can't talk if you're trying to catch your breath. That's a rule for like everybody out there. So now the two numbers that we were missing in the first half, I found those players. Number 5 is Juan Verdugo. He's a senior. Number 25 is Brian Hernandez. He's a sophomore for Sunnyside. Got just a snippet. I want to thank the statistician from Sunnyside, Yaxiri Ortiz, for that information. Those two players, again, Verdugo, number 5, Juan, a senior. Brian Hernandez, number 25, a sophomore. And then there you see Juan Verdugo playing it back to Eddie Loya. And now patiently here, Juan Felix plays at the far side of the field. Fernando Hernandez plays it back. I wasn't trying to eavesdrop, but if there's any kind of conversation, I'm going to try to listen and get some of it. Here's dangerous touch. Good job defensively by Cienega's Nathaniel Scales to clear that one. But a very promising foray into that Bobcat defense by number 14, Roberto Arbayo, the junior. And Sunnyside will take a corner kick here. And it'll be number 17, Joe Duran, the junior, taking the corner. But Casey O'Brien, the message to his players at halftime, hey, let's possess it more at midfield, and let's win balls in the midfield, and let's continue to attack and push forward. That was the gist of what I caught in my 10 seconds of eavesdropping. Oh, great center and a great snare by David Garcia. He's been excellent at keeper. Oh, he's an excellent keeper. Let's just call it like that. Every time I've seen him, he's been excellent. Nice punt. Good to see Coach Steve Schween at halftime, the weights and conditioning coach at Cienega. I would say nationally acclaimed as a strength and conditioning coach. And Mrs. Schween, Kristen Schween, is great in the testing office as a student achievement teacher. She and Mikkel Green. Mikkel Green won a state championship for Sabino back, I think it was 98, when she was, well, I don't even want to say what year she was in. So I know she won a state title in the late 90s at Sabino, so I've got to be careful with years and dates and graduation. People do the math and find out ages and so forth. So, but great to see Dean Norse and Coach Schween. And I lost my color analyst. He's just down there conversing with both of those cats. So at some point we'll get Stetson back here for some great analysis and commentary on Bobcat TV. In the meantime, you're stuck with me. So I thought the officials did a solid job for being two of them, especially. It's not quite as airtight as a officiating crew as you want to see. They have so much territory, and you look at that, the dimensions of the field, that rectangular space is just vast, kind of like a lake, and there's a lot of territory to cover out there. But I think they've done a fine job in the first half. Enrique Muro had it, and the foul's going to be against Enrique Muro, and you see Fernando Hernandez limping, well, not limping, but he's just walking a little bit gingerly there, especially with his left, kind of flex that knee and stretch it out a little bit. Might be a little bit of turf burn. Good to see the high five there between Aaron Hernandez and Fernando Hernandez, or Muro and Hernandez there. Good sportsmanship. So Enrique knew he fouled him. He didn't mean to, I'm sure, but just, apologizing there with a high five, and good to see that received by Fernando. Enrique on the right wing. And it's off of a Sunnyside player. Throw in for Cienega. Near post, the sophomore Andrew Borchers, number 4. Can't miss him with those red cleats out there. Hernandez back to Flanagan. Flanagan here with the cross. Dangerous! Right-footed shot was thwarted by the defender. There's a left-footed volley by Cienega's, let's say it's Jacob Westbury, 19. Yeah, so Westbury's out there. It's good to see Jacob Westbury out there. Good energy there from 19. Now Flanagan trying to run onto it. The Sunnyside defender shielding him off there. We'll see who this was off of, but it will be a goal kick. So entangled there momentarily into the practice nets was Hansel Urias, the junior number 20. He and Josh Flanagan in a mano-a-mano duel there, heading down toward the corner. But I agree with Stetson Milligan. We need to get more touches for number 10. I'm sure that was a focal point for Mark Aros in his huddle at halftime for these Bobcats of Cienega High School. Again, a very evenly played match in the first half. Some nice chances for Sunnyside, some great chances for Cienega. Cienega's chances, I think, were closer because they clanged off the frame. And Armando Lang with two at point-blank range, one off the left post and one off the crossbar. Denied twice by the frame. But the energy seemed good in Cienega's huddle there at halftime. And I just told the boys, come on now, let's pick it up. I think one of them kind of, like, you don't need to apologize to me. You guys are putting your effort out there. Like, just keep pushing forward. Don't get discouraged. Be positive. Stay together. Keep connecting. Hansel Urias plays it over to Sebastian Barrios. Fernando Hernandez now has slid back to a defensive position for Sunnyside. So maybe some slight tactical adjustments with their personnel and formation. Here's Fernando. Little drop-off pass there. Now Cienega a chance to counter. Arturo Llamas looking to thread that one forward here off of the right cleat of Sebastian Barrios there defensively. Johan Jimenez plays it to the other side of the field. You see Sunnyside here connecting 2, 3, 4, 5 connecting passes to move the ball forward, and then there's a bad turnover there by Cienega, and now there's a good touch there by Hernandez just for a moment, but you got to move on to the ball and everybody's got to be ready to go. Here's a left-footed shot and a good one from about 30 yards there by Eddie Loya, and David Garcia handles that one with no problem. As we enter minute number 49 of action. So nearly 10 minutes in the book here in the second half. Scoreless. Cienega High School. The Bobcats going from right to left in black. Sunnyside all in white going from left to right for the second half. David Garcia like a cat pouncing onto that one. Good header there by Nathaniel Scales. He's been rock solid defensively here for Cienega. Well, all season really. But tonight certainly standing out. And he launches that pass forward there off of a Sunnyside defender. It'll be a throw-in for Cienega near midfield. And it looks like a slight shove in the back there was the foul called against Sunnyside. Number 6, Juan Felix, who is a senior. So Bobcats here will have a free kick and an opportunity to connect on a set piece here. There are 4 cats in the box, one on the fringe on the periphery. Hernandez there had it off of his shin guard momentarily. Westbury plays it across to Llamas. Llamas over to Avon Akins. So Avon 13. So hard for me to see him at 13. He's usually 26. There's a pass here threaded up the middle. Just a little bit too strong. Flanagan running onto it. Like to see that energy there. And the anticipation there from number 10, the big superstar forward from Cienega. Again, 16 goals on the season for Josh Flanagan, plus 4 assists. So the leading tally maker for Cienega and those Cats under coach Mark Aros in year 1. So impressive. Turnaround here. Promising threat by Sunnyside. And a great job defensively there by Aikens, dropping back. Now Sunnyside trying to regroup here. Those patient passes. Got a touch on that there by Cienega. And there was some jostling here, and it was, I think, just outside the box. So you got to be very careful. I think that was Nico Montoya on the foul. Tough to see, Stetson, but I think it was just outside of the box.
Yeah, I think the referee's calling it outside the 18. But I'm back. Sorry, I was gone for a little bit.
Listen, it's fine. You're totally fine. Catch your breath, because I know exactly how you're feeling right now. And I learned this at, I was covering the PGA, at some PGA event at the Omni Tucson National Golf Course. And I ran from like the 18th hole to the 9th hole where our setup was to do a report for ESPN Radio. And I was like, oh gosh, you're out of breath. You can't talk and breathe at the same time. Left-footed strike there, and it whistles wide near side. Fernando Hernandez with a promising look there. And it just sliced, or I guess it hooked here toward the left toward us. But there was a good threat and a good chance.
Yeah, good chance there for the freshman. Just lining up, you could see he's going to be going top right. I think Dave knew he was going to go there, but if it was a bit more on target, he would have no chance.
Yeah, very good strike there from distance. So the Cats able to withstand that. You've got to be careful with those fouls, right? Especially deep in your own territory. So again, so much pressure here. There's no other way to describe it. And I'm sure that we know all those Cats out there, Stetson, we know what's going through their minds. We know what a big game this is for them, what a huge match this is. And then conversely for Sunnyside, a program with such tremendous success here, sustained over a period of years, including a state championship. And, you know, I think a dangerous team, when you catch a team off the rebound when they got shut out 6-0 against South Point, that's going to stoke some fires in those players. And their pride is too high to have another performance like that. So we knew coming out here that Sunnyside would be stacked, loaded, and ready to go. They've been that.
Yeah, you can think on both sides of the spectrum. Cienega coming off a bunch of wins. They have a lot of momentum. Oof.
Plus confidence. Oh, good strike. And there's a goal. And it's Juan Verdugo, the senior here. In minute number, my math is terrible, minute number 53?
What's happening?
What is happening? Knock on the window below. Signal to the man with an X to stop the clock. Sorry. So, all right, so that is a goal. So it's 1-0. And Juan Verdugo, the senior number 5, buried that one into the nets for the first tally of the evening. So again, Verdugo, a senior number 5. One of those mystery players who wasn't on my roster pre-match. Hey, come here, Zayden and Adriel. Go down. Tell them 26-20. Go down to the box inside. Tell the man on the microphone 26-20.
Tell them, not me.
26-20. All right, relax, fans. Just take it easy. Too many crickets. Everything's going to be fine. My goodness gracious. All right, so 26-20 has been set on the clock, and everybody can take a breath now and relax. And Sunnyside striking first here. Juan Verdugo in minute number 39 of action to put the Devils on the board. 1-0. And I'm sure that's like kicking the hornet's nest here for Cienega. An extra boost or a jolt to wake up here. And here's a promising look. Just a missed touch there. But it was a nice pass from the right wing toward the center of the field. And it's hard for me to spy that player. I think it was number 2, Logan Moore. Well, I can tell you already, Stetson, people are going to be upset here tonight. Yeah. They're going to be upset about the officiating. They're going to be upset about the lack of a third official. Like, you have to start with 3 officials For a big match, I mean, for every high school match, like we should have 3 officials. Now, you're going to have some that aren't going to be that competitive, and it's not a big deal. But tonight, a match with so much at stake, you got to have 3 officials, including the center referee.
Yeah, it's very unprofessional and very unfair, in my opinion. But
life's not fair.
yeah,
We have to deal with the cards that you're dealt, and you got to push through things. So I expect the Cats here to be resilient, and they've got to ratchet up the intensity, and they've got to dig deep here if they want to come back in this match. All right, so Adriel Miller is part of Bobcat TV, my son, who's a 5th grader, but he thinks he's 20 years old, or a high school senior. Nice catch there by David Garcia out in space. His buddy Zayden, so that's got to be Zayden Moreno, who is Jordan Moreno's little brother, who I think is in 5th grade at Esmond Station as well. So those 2 young, hopefully Cats to be, were able to take that message down to the scoreboard, the clock operator. Got Ken Beaver, who's terrific, and Eric Tatham, great softball coach, assistant athletic director. Those are 2 of the best people that you can like hope to see. So like people just a little bit on edge tonight, it seems like, Stetson.
yeah, definitely. All the parents are getting a little bit frustrated after the goal at the wrong people. The people in the box. They were a bit confused on what was happening. So
Yeah, I was slightly confused as well. I saw a bit of an arm, and we'll see these happening all the time, like the arm hooks, the jersey grabs, the tugs. Sometimes you can see things up here that you maybe can't see down on the field, and sometimes you see things very closely that you couldn't spy from a distance. Like, that's a planet across the way. I'm guessing that's Saturn. I'll have to pull my app out later. I mean, it's
Very
either
bright.
Mars, Saturn, or Jupiter. It might be Jupiter, actually. But we'll have to take a look at that later. It has nothing to do with the match. All right, stay focused, Miller.
referee's talking to both coaches right now. There must be some bickering going on over there.
I
Tensions are getting hot.
I would imagine so. So we want to, we always compete. I love high school sports and sports in general. Everybody knows this. But I also want to see positive sportsmanship that's exemplified by both teams and the coaches and the fans, and getting all those things to align. Like, it doesn't happen very often. It's like, planets aligned that you can see like we're looking at right now across the way. Everything has to be perfect. But, we know there's a lot at stake. We know there's a lot of emotions, that tensions can run high. But we compete, and the game is over, the match is over. You congratulate the other team, and you wish them the best, and you move forward. Like, that's how we compete, at least how we should compete, especially at the high school level. Oh, there's a little bit of a foul. No call. The ref was right there in front of it. Didn't see it, or chose to ignore it, or deemed it wasn't foul worthy. But boy, that intensity is certainly ratcheting up here. It's like 2 swarms of ants going at it there in the center of the field. And you can see it reflected in the calls from the fans in the grandstand.
Yeah, you can see on the pitch everyone's getting a bit more emotional, and so are the parents. When a goal does happen in a game like this, it does make things more real. Like, oh, we're down 1-0. Like,
Right.
let's get things together,
Yep.
So obviously the emotions are definitely running high for both teams right now.
All right, so Cienega, again, the formula has to be the same. You got to make crisp passes. You got to put a little bit more zip on them. You can't just finesse them over because somebody's going to intercept it or challenge it, and you've got to be able to connect, right? So any errant pass is going to be intercepted and then potentially countered here. Nathaniel Scales, again, super solid. You can see some elbows there that are coming around here, so you're seeing a little bit of wild swings that are happening a little bit here. Part of the game, certainly, but you got to keep everything above board. So the Cats down 1-0. It was Juan Verdugo, the junior from Sunnyside, at minute number 39.
Yeah, and that's exactly how Sunnyside just scored their goal. They hit a long ball, and Nathaniel got beat. Nathaniel's done well all night, and one little mistake cost him.
Liam Odell challenging there on the far side. Some good spirited effort. Again, Josh Flanagan, not as many touches as we want to see him out there. So that has to be the main message at halftime from Coach Mark Aros. Let's get the ball to 10 and let's support him, right? It can't be 10 by himself up top working with 2, 3, 4, 5 white jerseys around him. He needs some support. And he's been put at striker now, right? So
Yeah.
he was at the
Winger.
left wing.
Yeah, left wing.
Now they put him at top at striker, so a slight tactical adjustment here. I don't know who else Coach Aros has on his bench that he could pull off that might kind of kindle some fire and spark the offense. Here's a strike from distance. And that one whistles wide near side toward us. So from about 30 yards out and then diagonally across the way. And a left-footed shot there, which I think is number 3, Eru Mason. So Erubiel Mason, full name, but Eru, the senior, number 3. Pretty good-sized kiddo out there at that left defensive back position.
Yeah. You see Cienega's defensive end is getting a little sloppy. It's getting a little bit tired. You could tell they're not as connected as they were in the first half, and that might be a reason to why Sunnyside did break through and score a goal. I said in the first half there might be a chance of fatigue, and you're getting a good look at it now.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And we've also seen Juan Verdugo there as his mate sent him a little chip there to the corner that he ran onto. But they're very crafty here in their attack. We're seeing it from different angles and different perspectives. It's not the same kind of attack that they've been reloading. We're seeing it from different tangents and different perspectives. And I would imagine as a defender, it makes it more difficult to defend against when you've got some variation in your offensive attack. So I thought 6 fell, but she's saying that he was pushed. So that's Cheryl Copeland, who is the referee near side. Again, Wendell Babb is on the far side. There's no center official tonight. And we've got 19 minutes on the clock here in the second half. Free kick. Sebastian Barrios strikes this one. Boy, and he blasted it, and that was from about 42 yards. Very ambitious, right? So what would you have preferred to have seen there? A little service toward the box and have some of your players run onto it, try to get a deflection, a header?
Yeah, a shot from that far is a bit unrealistic, but a service would have been more fitting for that situation.
Oh, nice little give and go touch. There's the volley with the right foot. But you saw 5 and 6 connecting. So Juan Felix, number 6, the senior midfielder. Juan Verdugo, the senior. Those two connecting a little give and go. I'm sure they've done that many a time in practice and matches and club.
Yeah, you can tell it's not the first time they've done that. Their relationship is definitely shown on the field just through their passes, you can tell.
All right, Mondo Lang there. A little bit too much on that touch. Again, every touch, it's easy for me to say. I'm not criticizing, but you just have to be precise here tonight. The other team is too good. Sunnyside is too good, so your passes have to be absolutely like perfect or near perfect.
Yeah.
And your decision-making has to be accelerated too. You know, you have a half-second less time than you typically would have, I would imagine, against lesser opponents. Lang with that touch there, a little bit off of his foot there again. Out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Cienega.
So it's 1-0. I would say the difference maker is Sunnyside's top players have stepped up. Josh Flanagan hasn't had much touches on the ball today, which is why you haven't seen Cienega in their attacking half very much. If Josh gets more involved in these last 17 minutes, you can look to see a goal or two from Cienega, but I think Sunnyside's got the best of Cienega because their top players have stepped up.
It's been very, very stringent defensively, especially here in the second half. Nary a chance for Cienega in the second half. The first half, they had the best of chances. Cling-clang, post and crossbar, and a couple that whistled wide, but not much happening in the second half. And again, they've got to try to spark something here rather quickly. You got to kindle some magic here in these last 16 minutes. Here's a cross, dangerous. Left-footed volley off the crossbar. And it was Juan Verdugo again. Very dangerous. He, the goal tallier of the match so far. But 2 great chances there and a good left-footed volley to start things off.
So I think it's just that crossbar that doesn't like anyone today.
Apparently not. I mean, when I leave here, I might spit on it just to get the whammy off, if you believe in those kind of things, which I don't. But, yeah, there's no doubt. That one's like, no, I'm not being scored on tonight.
Yeah, nope.
I'm not feeling it. So 15:50 on the clock, second half. Sunnyside up top 1-0. Juan Verdugo in minute number 39, scoring the goal for Sunnyside. So the senior number 5. You gotta love those calls too, right? Where it's just like one word, out. Yeah, that's the goal, is to get it out of there. I mean, that's the objective, I should say, to get the ball out of there. I had a friend who played in high school, and his mother would always just be like, his name was Rob Roth. His mother was great. She's a character. She'd be like, boot it, Robbie, boot it. Like, that was her call. Like, just boot it. Like, just smash it as kickball. Kick it as far as you can. I don't think that's what we want either.
No.
All right, good job here. The Cats have got to start swinging together.
Yeah, it's crunch time now for Bobcats. Sure. They've played well all game, and it's 1-0. They know they're down, and so it's time to get the ball and try and do something with it. But if Sunnyside keeps playing the way they are, Cienega might not even get a chance.
Yeah, it's got to be frustrating, right? Like, they're trying their best here. The effort is maximal. But the riddle of trying to solve this very stringent Sunnyside midfield and defense has been a Sphinxian riddle to solve. So very difficult here for the Cats, especially in the second half. You see Arturo Llamas there at midfield. And I just wonder sometimes, like, that striker sometimes seems to be kind of on an island, and sometimes they never receive a message. They never receive a pass heading forward, so they can just be kind of stranded out there by themselves, just hoping, waiting sometimes for a pass that never might get there. And I wonder if frustration might set in there for Josh Flanagan working up top. Like, he's continuing to press and put forth that max effort.
But you're looking to see Cienega press more as a team. It's more of just Josh pressing by himself, and it's not going to work. If you're going to press, you got to press as a unit, and Cienega is very disconjointed right now.
How about body language? It seems like Cienega is just kind of like their heads are sunk a little bit here, a little bit crestfallen across the way. Are you seeing that too, or am I reading too much into it?
No, I'm seeing that exactly too. They kind of look, very defeated. But one play, one shot, one goal can sway that whole body language movement.
Well, you'll see a lot of energy from me if the Cats are able to put the equalizer up on the scoreboard. You'll get maximal energy from me as well. Well, Bobcat TV, I think the plan for this week is, so tonight's Tuesday the 25th. On Thursday the 27th, we will carry the girls' soccer match. They're playing against Nogales here at home. Match time is 6 o'clock. And then on Friday night, we're going to cover girls' basketball for their senior night. So I haven't seen those girls in a while. Looking for, well, both girls, honestly. I haven't seen the soccer or the basketball teams recently. We've watched a lot of boys soccer, which has been lovely to watch. And I'm looking forward to Thursday and Friday. Thursday soccer match, 6 o'clock. Friday's basketball game, 7 o'clock. Catch them both right here on Bobcat TV. And, of course, the kids have to remind this to me all the time, Stetson. Be sure to subscribe to our channel and like the videos if you like them. You don't have to like them, but if you like them, like them. And certainly subscribe if you want to, but you don't have to. So they're probably mad at me for that too. But here we go.
I'm subscribed.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate your subscription very much. Well, that's super ambitious, right? So, 35 yards out, a bit of a floater there of a lob. And then the Cats here trying to mount a counter quickly. Greater sense of urgency. Lang here chipping it forward here toward Flanagan. Oh, the Cats have two now. And here's a shot from distance. That's off the football right upright. And that was a strike by Andrew Borchers from about 30 yards away.
Yeah, so with the keeper of that stature, That might have worked.
Right.
It was a little bit off frame that time, but
Not a bad idea.
yeah, not a bad opportunity.
You're
no.
absolutely right, right? And we're talking about Jorge Arvayo, who's 5'9", so not the tallest keeper. And sometimes those chips, those lobs that go over, very difficult to defend against. Got 10:50 on the clock here left in the second half. Bobcats down 1-0. David Garcia reading that one nicely. Maybe misstruck there on that punt. And one back again by Sunnyside in the midfield. Again, just poised, very cool under pressure, able to connect and methodically move down the field. Kind of like a clockwork attack here by the Blue Devils of Sunnyside High School. Great coach, Casey O'Brien. Cienega's coach, Mark Aros, a great coach as well in year one. And Stetson, I was trying to mention this earlier, I don't know if I got it out, but the Cats last year, I think, were 3-7-1. This year, they're 8-1-1. So a complete turnaround.
Yeah.
They've completely flipped the script here from what they did last year. And again, much of the credit here has to go to Mark Aros in year one as the head coach. Just establishing a different culture. There's a chip forward here. Flanagan. And he's called for an offside. Was he offside?
Yeah, I think it was.
Okay. But that was a promising look, right? The threaded pass up the middle, that through ball through the middle, is something that we need to see. Also haven't seen kind of the Cats maybe working to chip to a corner and maybe cross it.
Yeah.
We're just going to have to see some different variations here. Flanagan, ball at his feet. I mean, I'm sure Sunnyside knew about Josh Flanagan coming into tonight's match.
You have to. If you do any research on Cienega.
All you have to do is go to Bobcat TV, so I'm sure I'm part of the problem here tonight, so I'm sorry. But
giving away their secrets, but no, he's not much of a secret.
Right. Well known across southern Arizona. One of those candidates, I'm sure, for Play of the Year. Certainly first team region. You know, we know that is going to happen. Just trying to get something here. And there's a right-footed volley there off of a defender. Aaron Hernandez. And Josh with a quick touch there. And now you see those defenders pushing up here. Nico Montoya. Logan Moore. And Avon Akins played it back to Scales. Scales off the Blue Devil. Roberto Arbayo, and a throw in for Cienega. 8 minutes left on the clock. The clock is a factor. You'll hear me chirping in with the time often here now.
Eight minutes might seem like a little bit of time, but still a lot of time left for Cienega to just get one goal. All you need is one goal. You go to overtime, and then it's back to a 0-0 game. A little bit of a mess up on that throw in there by Avon, but I was saying, yeah, one chance. They can come in 30 seconds. Just pay close attention. Josh Flanagan can always be dangerous.
Right. A little dangerous on that one? Is that what you're laughing about? Or are you looking at something else?
One of the parents just said,
oh, something.
You got to score. Let's go.
Oh, okay. Thank you for that. they didn't know that, but now they know, and we expect to see something more intense from them now. That's the exact message they needed. All right. Westbury. Volleying that one forward here. Good effort there by Jacob Lopez. There's Josh Flanagan. Jostled a little bit there. Nice touch there by Flanagan. Now the Cats here with some numbers for once. Flanagan playing it forward. Oh, and just offside there. It was Andrew Borchers, the sophomore. That's one of the few moments here tonight where we've had numbers, right? And it was maybe it was even on or one advantage for Cienega. We have not seen those types of moments here tonight. And if we've seen them, they've been too infrequent, too few and far between. Header out of bounds off of Brian Hernandez. Hernandez, a sophomore, number 25. Westbury on the throw-in. Ball there by Arturo Llamas. And now Sunnyside with the ball at midfield and some numbers here. And very patient. That last little touch, right? We've seen that many times here tonight. Just a little extra. No, I'm not going to pass. I'm going to pretend and fake you out, and then I'm going to make another little subtle move. Oh, good touch there with the right foot. And volleyed out by the Bobcat here. And a good job there by Logan Moore. Now Moore to Flanagan. Flanagan to Hernandez. Promising look here. Andrew Borter is making a run on the far sideline and just a little bit too strong there in that leading pass.
Yeah, for Cienega, it's been that last piece. You can tell the difference between a number 2 rank and a number 10 rank just by that last little slight inch of pass or touch. It's been missing for the Bobcats here tonight.
And I still think that they're higher than a 10. Like, I think that is misleading as well.
Yeah.
And, you know, they've got a big slate of matches here. So certainly with 4:30 on the clock, this one's not over. But they also have on Thursday Nogales, and I think the following Tuesday against Desert View. I might be wrong on those dates, but those are the schools they're playing, and they're all highly ranked, and they all have solid records. So, you know, the Cats here could do themselves a huge favor by coming through with results in at least 2 of these 3 matches. Of course, if you sweep them, that'll put them in a much better position for the postseason. But it's easy to say and it's hard to do. You're playing against high-caliber opponents here. So you want to let that play on. Like, there's no need to stop that, right?
You hear Nathaniel's shout right there saying, come on, like, it's an advantage. You got to let that play.
We were moving, and, you know, the clock, we've lost about 10 seconds there just with that. So frustrating, but you got to push through it again like everything else. You got Montoya there trying to serve that one forward. Borchers to the center, header! Oh, a great save. World class by Jorge Arvayo on the save there with that right hand to get it up and put that one over the crossbar. But a great header there by Cienega's Jacob Lopez. So a good service by Borchers and Lopez to get his head on that one here. And that's rekindled the energy here in the crowd for just a moment. And the Cats here on a corner kick. Borchers will take it. There's a shot. And it crosses everything. It clears the crossbar and the goalpost.
That was well done by the keeper. Point blank range.
Oof.
Making a one-handed save. That's
well done. The cat reflex, that right paw or the left, I forget which one it was, but it went up quickly to deflect it.
So it might be a bit undersized, but definitely showing his worth right there.
World class. So 80% save percentage on the season. He's also 2 for 2 on PK attempts against him. 3 shutouts on the season for Jorge Arvayo, the junior. Number 0. 2 excellent saves. One in the first half, one there moments ago. Again, demoralizing. It has to be for Cienega. They've got to regroup again. Regroup, reload, and push forward again. It's almost like the charge of the Light Brigade. Like, you know, you got to keep rallying and keep going into the lion's teeth, or, you know, the shadow of the Valley of Death. You got to keep pushing forward there and reload and recharge the Light Brigade. You got to keep pushing forward.
Trouble.
Oh, nice steal. Very dangerous. Juan Verdugo now. Excellent effort. So it'll be a shove there. I wouldn't fetch that ball. I don't know why that's happening. So Scales here makes a hustle to grab the ball, but there was a shove. Did you see that?
Yeah, definitely. By a Sunnyside player, Nathaniel.
I don't think that was warranted.
But Nathaniel's definitely already gotten into trouble this season with something like that, and he's paid the price, so he knows better than to do.
Don't want to see this
Anything
devolve
dumb.
here into chippy play. So we're down to 120. So the clock here, 1 minute and 15 seconds now. Tick-tock every second here, precious. And the Cats are desperate to make something happen here. Can they conjure up some magic here in this last minute and 8 seconds? We need everybody here, all hands on deck. Ball girls, be ready to go. We need some quick feeds here. Every second is precious. Under a minute now, 50 seconds on the clock. And Sunnyside with possession.
Well done by Nico Montoya.
.40 promising build here from the Cats. And a good defensive play by Eru Mason. And now a counterattack by Sunnyside on the far side of the field. Good slide tackle there by Aaron Hernandez. Might be a raspberry there on the leg for tomorrow to show off for that. But I like that effort here. And, you know, nearly impossible now with 20 seconds. If not completely impossible, right? As Sunnyside taking their time on the throw in here. So I was impressed with the effort level. There's no doubt about it. What are your thoughts here about Fernando Hernandez, number 22, the freshman from Sunnyside?
Oh man, there's a lot to take away and look forward to for this. This is a little boy in a big world. Number 22, the freshman for Sunnyside, played a fantastic game today, and you could tell the upsetness from Cienega. It's heartbreaking to be in a game like this, losing 1-0 to Sunnyside. You know you should do better, but yeah, Sunnyside did well. It was the final key passes, the final key touches that the Bobcats are missing tonight that the Sunnyside Blue Devils had.
So we saw it often, 1, 2, 3, 4. The fifth one was off, right? And it was just slightly off. Juan Verdugo, the goal scorer for tonight from Sunnyside, the man of the match, with the goal in the 39th minute on a beautiful, powerful, blistering shot into the nets here. And it's difficult. So Sunnyside will improve to 12-5-1. They are the number 2 ranked team in the state for a reason. Their opponent's strength of schedule is very strong. Their coach, Casey O'Brien, is excellent. And the Bobcats here now will have to regroup. Their second loss of the season, they now fall to 8-2-1 on the year. They were 10th coming into the match. Now, you shouldn't be penalized by losing to Sunnyside, especially when the result was so close, right? So 1-0. So they might actually climb some. I don't understand exactly how the rankings work, but I know that if you beat a quality opponent, you're rewarded. If you lose or draw to a inferior opponent, you're penalized. If you lose to a quality opponent, you should get a slight boost, I would guess here.
That should make sense. There's not many negatives you could take away from this game if you're Cienega. You're competing with one of the top teams in the state and going into the final stages of the season. It's a lot to take away. A lot of good things to take away.
Yep, no doubt about it. So, you know, it was great effort here, great energy, but it also kind of tells you what you're going to run into in the 5A state playoffs. You're going to be running into teams that are super technical, that are super disciplined and focused and connected together, and kind of like waves undulating on the coast or on the shoreline. You'll see these teams continuing to reset, and regroup. Now, Mr. Irvin, we have Erica Maynard and Jordan Gabbard who volunteered to do post-game interviews. So I don't think we want to interview any of our Cats tonight, but we could certainly interview a couple of those Blue Devils tonight, or one of the Blue Devils, the man of the match and the coach perhaps. I'm happy to go down there and be part of that too. All right, let's do that. That sounds good. Stetson, great work, man.
Thanks for having me.
Every time you're on, you're like my security blanket. I always feel more comfortable.
Yeah.
And you do just wonderful analysis here at a very high level, and we appreciate your commentary, your expertise, your candor, your honesty as part of the match here. You're spot on, man.
Yeah, like I said, I love to be here and love to watch the game. So
it's good stuff. So we hope to see you out here at some point in the future. I'm going to pester you. You know this.
Yeah.
But we really appreciate you. You're just a great kiddo and a great soccer player too. And we'll have you back on Bobcat TV again, so thank you so much.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
All right, very good. Stetson Milligan, the great senior from Cienega High School. Again, I know him as a star freshman, and I'll always have those memories in my mind of him smacking that flag here in that corner post. I'll never forget that. So I'll head down to the field. I'm going to try to get Casey O'Brien, the coach from Sunnyside, as well as Juan Verdugo, the man of the match, number 5, the goal scorer, and that goalkeeper, Jorge Arvayo, who was brilliant here tonight for Sunnyside. So we'll see if we can get a couple of quick interviews. Stay with us. We'll wrap the broadcast from down on the field, but stay tuned for post-game interviews. Again, coming up on the docket on Thursday night, we'll have girls soccer here. Game time 6 o'clock on Bobcat TV. Friday night, girls basketball. Match time 7 o'clock. They're taking on, I don't even know who, Nogales, I think, but on Friday. But we've got 2 matches Thursday, Friday. So come back on Bobcat TV for the next events that we're going to be covering. And stay tuned for the post-match interviews.
interviewing Juan Verdugo. So tell me how you felt when you scored the first and only goal of the game.
I felt motivated. Our team really showed off their heart into that game. It put us in a good spot, and we just finished hard to the end.
Okay, and how does that help you moving forward into the playoffs?
It puts us up. It shows the other teams that we're capable of going back to winning another state title.
All right, thank you so much. I'm going to hand the microphone off to Erica Maynard now.
Hi, I'm Erica Maynard, and I'm here with number 0, Jorge Arvero. The first question I have for you is, possession-wise, do you think you guys outplayed Cienega?
Definitely. I think that was a big part of us winning. If we weren't able to hold as much possession, we wouldn't have won, for sure.
You had a couple key saves tonight. Were any of them challenging?
They were all right. Definitely could have been better. Definitely could have held onto the ball for a couple of them, but got the job done. So.
Congratulations on your win tonight. I'm going to pass the mic off to Mr. Miller.
All right. Okay, very good. All right, come on, Case. All right, Casey O'Brien, coach from Sunnyside. A great effort here tonight. Can you walk us through the great goal there by Juan Verdugo, which was a blast?
Yeah, he's just he's a great soccer player. He's a good finisher, and he's done really well for us this year. And I mean, it'd be nice if he finished a few more, but we'll take one.
And Jorge Arvalo, your goalkeeper, was sublime tonight. That save in the second half was unbelievable. Can you tell us what that meant for you tonight?
Yeah, he's a stud. He's been a stud. He's been a stud since his freshman year. I mean, nobody knows who he is, but he's just a really good keeper. Last year in the quarterfinals, he basically won the game for us, and that was a big win to get us to the semis. And I mean, this year he's just been doing more of the same. I mean, he's a great keeper, smart kid, hard worker. So it's nice to see it happen for him.
My view from tonight was you guys were poised, collected, composed. You were able to connect. You possessed the ball the majority of the time. Tell me what your experience means. I mean, you're a coach who has won a state title at Sunnyside. You built a program for Arizona that is a powerhouse program. What does that experience mean for the play that we saw here tonight and how you guys typically play?
Well, it doesn't really matter about me. It's like we get new kids every year, and it's not necessarily what I do. It's just basically based on what they do, and we've just been fortunate. We have kids that love the game. We have kids that show up. We have kids that, I mean, they're into it, you know, and they're all in. So, I mean, it's not necessarily something that I do. It's just we have kids that love to play the game, and they give their best effort, and generally when you do that, you know, you get results.
Casey O'Brien, we wish you the best of luck here moving forward, and the state playoffs. We'll be watching you. I hope to be covering you at some point on NFHS, so best of luck, and thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate you.
You bet. Thank you so much, Casey. Casey O'Brien, the athletic director at Sunnyside High School, the boys coach, who is elite, and he's a great person as well. And again, we're going to be coming in on Thursday night, so we'll have girls soccer. It's been too long for me. I missed the girls soccer program. So we'll see Tony Torres and those Dynamite girls of Cienega on Thursday. Friday night, it's girls basketball, their senior night. So we'll cover that as well. The match on Thursday, 6 o'clock. Then the game on Friday, 7 o'clock. You can catch it all right here on Bobcat TV. For the whole crew, and I've got to see who I've got here. Nick Irvin, of course, is our man with the plan. Nick Powell, Zita Neo, Jordan Gabbard, Erica Maynard, Ryan Marsh. Did I get everybody? Adriel Miller and Zayden Moreno were also helping me running some errands tonight. And I'm Jason Miller. So I want to thank you for tuning in. And we will, come here, Coach. Come here. Do you want to come in here for, come here, Aaron. Come on in here. Come here. We'll get you real quick. I was gonna sign this thing off here. Come here. First of all, we love you guys. All right, I'm going to start with that. You guys are terrific. We knew it was going to be a difficult match here tonight. You're slightly undermanned. I know you're missing a couple of your starters with illness and some difficulties. This is a challenge for you. What does tonight's game mean for you pushing forward?
I feel like coming off of all these wins and like having a good winning streak, we just got really comfortable, and then coming to play one of these, they're like ranked number 2 and we're number 10, so we already knew it was going to be a hard game, but we walked into this game really comfortable and we shouldn't have, so we're just going to go back to practice and work harder. We played Nogales on Thursday, and that's going to be a harder game too, so if we're just in the right mindset and come out like we're going to win, then we will win.
I love that as a message. We know you guys are running the gauntlet here at the end. Sunnyside, we know, is number 2. We know Desert View is like 7-1 or 8-1. They're 3rd. We know that Nogales has a great record as well. So all difficult matchups for you guys going forward. I thought the effort level was great here tonight. You may disagree, but it was just we just have to tighten things up, and we see this when you play elite teams. So I think this is a good test for you, an early test here, a playoff game. It was a playoff game here tonight. What are you going to have to do on Thursday night?
I think we just need to play faster and play more as a unit because they were just eating us apart separately and we didn't come together as a unit. And if we do that on Thursday, we're going to lose again. But we just got to get together as a team and be more like united.
We can't forget Armando Lang had 2 clang off the left post, off the crossbar, so close shots in that first half. Their keeper made an unbelievable world-class save in the second half, and sometimes you just have to keep pushing through it. So again, we want to thank you for talking to us here tonight. We think you're terrific, number 17, and your 13 senior classmates as well. We think you're terrific as well. We know you guys are resilient. We know you guys are gritty. We know you're going to bounce back with Coach Mark Aros. We wish you the best of luck on Thursday and beyond, and we believe in you, boys. So thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so that is going to sign us off for Bobcat TV. So for the whole crew, I want to say thank you. Be sure to subscribe to our channel and like our videos if you like them. And tune in on Thursday for girls soccer right here at 6 o'clock on Bobcat TV. Good night, everybody.